Have you ever wondered what happens to your luggage when an airline loses it during travel? Well, they're actually sold off by the airlines, and this is the crazy story of why, how, and some of the crazy, rare, and valuable items that have been found inside the more than 1 million lost and then unclaimed bags every single year. Basically, the math checks out to there are tens of billions of checked bags every single year, and about 25 million of those go lost, missing. Most of those eventually find their way back to the owner, but more than 1 million, I think the number was 1.1 a couple years ago, yeah, those just aren't recovered at all every single year. In comes this guy, who started a business in the 1970s purchasing the unclaimed bags from the airlines directly. The business, which was started in Washington, D.C., is now in a town called Scottsboro, Alabama, which only has 14,000 people. And the entire business is a complete arbitrage play. It's get great deals from the airlines on all the unclaimed bags, they have a near monopoly on it, and then sell them in what is basically a thrift shop on steroids. And while Scottsboro, Alabama only has 14,000 residents, it's famous worldwide, and because of that, gets over 1 million visitors per year. Almost all of them go to the unclaimed baggage store. And get this, that little business that was started by borrowing a couple $100s in the 1970s now does over $35 million a year. You really never know what you're gonna find either at the unclaimed baggage store, or I bet behind the scenes when they first get the shipments. But before we get into that, I'm sure you're wondering, what do the airlines help the people? What happens to the owners of the bags? They're compensated. I think it's up to $4,000 or $5,000 per bag that the airline loses and can't track down. Maybe there are exceptions if there was insurance and other things on the bags. Okay, back to the rare items. The Hustle did a great report on this a couple of years ago, and this is pulled directly from them. Some of the things include a Gucci suitcase full of Egyptian artifacts from 1500 BC. That sounds illegal, but also incredible. Also, the original 4-foot-tall Hoggle puppet from the 1986 film Labyrinth. Here's a photo of the Hoggle puppet as it was found. That's crazy. And they actually had a puppeteer or a puppet expert put it back together and make it look nice because clearly it was damaged from the unclaimed bag. I can't believe somebody wouldn't really track that down or present themselves when this one hit the news. An F-16 guidance system belonged to the US Navy, a Nikon camera from the NASA Space Shuttle program, a mysterious box that said call CDC immediately, wouldn't want that one, or a live rattlesnake, or a vacuum-packed frogs. What does that even mean? A rare violin, a xylophone from Neil Diamond's 2008 World Tour. Apparently they've had Rolexes and diamond rings worth anywhere from $20,000 to $100,000. And it's not like these airlines are searching through it either. So they've over the years have figured out the averages of what a bag could be worth, especially going to a specific place or from a specific airline. I'm sure, customers on some airlines have much higher, worth valuables on average in their bags. So they can take these equations and figure out what the average is going to be and then pay, enough below that to guarantee that they're not going to lose money. And then everything else that they pull out of the bag, the $100,000 rings, the Labyrinth one-of-one original puppet, that is all gravy. And that is probably where they make a lot of their money. So that's how one man, on a couple $100 started a business in DC, now in a 14,000 person town in Scottsboro, started a business that can bring 1 million plus people in and do 35 million plus a year in revenue. Honestly, it's one of my favorite stories I've been sent in the last couple weeks, and I had to make a video on this. So if you enjoyed, please follow because I love to cover interesting stories. And if you have a great story, feel free to DM it to me on Instagram @Buster. See ya.